Hello, my fellow YouTube viewers. This is Offer Malky. This from Cinematic Gamer. I shouldn't change the name from Cinematic Gamer to Gamers. I don't want to talk about the name. Today I want to talk about one of my second favorite movies. First being Back to the Future, third being The Blues Brothers. And that is Ghostbusters. I'm a fan of Ghostbusters. Ever since I first watched it. And yes, I've seen the second movie. I also seen a few episodes of the cartoon series, The Real Ghostbusters. And I've been waiting so long for a Ghostbusters 3. And you're probably asking, are you really sure you're a Ghostbusters fan? Here. I have the original Ghostbusters on VHS from 1985, I think. Ghostbusters on DVD. I had the second one, probably lost it. Action figures, Peter, Ray, Egon, and Winston missing. The Lego Ghostbusters and the Ecto 1. Probably got a Lego store. Along with the Back to the Future DeLorean Lego. And yeah, the t-shirt. And when I heard about the Ghostbusters Reboot made by Paul Feig and starring Kristen Wiig and Melissa McCarthy, I became upset. I just wanted Ghostbusters 3. It's what fans wanted. Ever since the passing of Harold Ramis, who played Egon and also wrote the original Ghostbusters and the second one. I was sad and upset and angry because people are tired of their favorite movies being remade with different actors and original cast making cameos. People don't want that. People just want sequels. And I should stop talking about reboots. I want to talk about the movie. Oh, by the way, this review may contain spoilers. It will contain spoilers. So if you haven't seen it, stop watching this video, go to your local movie theater, and watch Ghostbusters, come back, and play the video. Here are my thoughts. Actually, let's talk about the movie. The film starts with a mansion tour, the Audrey Mansion. The tour guide tells a story about the daughter, Audrey, who was locked up in her basement for being a murderer, stabbing servants. And so for the family members not to get embarrassed, they just locked her up in the basement. And when a new owner came to dig up the remains, weird noises happened and they just kept it closed. And when the mansion tour is done for the night, the tour guide noticing weird things like a doorknob turning, and then it shaked and screamed like a woman who got scared by a maniac with a chainsaw at Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights. And he tries to get out from the door, and the door handle burned him. It's probably a nod to Home Alone. And then he noticed that the floors are cracking with green slime coming out. And then things starts to fall apart, and a ghost appeared And then the song Ghostbusters from Ray Parker Jr. and the title showed up. Just in case you forgot what you're watching, in case you're in the wrong movie theater. Actually, pretty sure you are in the right movie theater. So we go to the university where we see Erin Gilbert, played by Kristen Wiig, practicing for her class with nobody in there. Then a owner for the mansion found out about her and her book, Ghost from Our Past, a book that they made but didn't work and burned all the copies, and found out that her friend Abby, played by Melissa McCarthy — I said Melissa, don't make fun of me, haters — and he told them that the Audrey Mansion is haunted, and they just decided to go. And she just found out that the book, Ghosts from Our Past, even though she burned all 2 copies, it's all over on Amazon. So she goes to the Higgins Institute of Science, where she met Abby, along with Holtzman, played by Kate McKinnon. You probably know her from Saturday Night Live. And they started getting into an argument about the book and not getting her permission. And they also told him about a man who claimed that and they also been investigating paranormal. They went to a hotel that claims it's haunted. They recorded, see if anything happened. All they got is a fart noise. A fart noise. Fart jokes aren't even funny. They're gross and disgusting. And they told him about the Audrey Mansion being haunted, and just asked for a taxi. And what they did, they just called for a taxi and go to the Audrey Mansion. And when they get there, they thought they set everything up until they recorded everything with a video camera. I have a video camera that's kind of similar to that. And they saw the ghost of Audrey. Aaron's trying to communicate with it until he vomits out green slime from Nickelodeon. Fact: Ghostbusters sued Nickelodeon for stealing their idea of green slime, but they showed footage of "You can't do that on television" back from the 70s. Case is closed. Get back to the movie. So the ghosts get away from town, and they just got excited that they saw a ghost, and they posted it on YouTube. Yeah, the channel you're watching. Yeah, the channel you're watching this video is on. Then the professor of the university found out about it, and Aaron got fired. Well done. As she's gone back to her paranormal self. And yeah, I am I'm a paranormal freak. I am a true believer. I believe in the Amityville case until I found out it was a hoax. Why is it to be a hoax? Why did they have to make stuff up? Oh yeah, the movie. And they tried to get more money to get more equipment, but they kicked them out, stealing stuff from the Institute, and they try to, and then go to a subway where we meet Patty, played by Leslie Jones, also from Saturday Night Live. Did you know that Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd were in Saturday Night Live when they first started? And along with John Belushi, Chevy Chase, all those, Eddie Murphy. Yeah, go back to the movie. And she noticed something wrong in the tunnel until, well, she found a ghost. And plus, Aaron, Abby, and Holtzman try to find a HQ. If you don't know what HQ is, headquarters for short. They first come across the original firehouse from the first and second, the Ghostbusters firehouse from the first and second Ghostbusters. When I saw that, I was like, oh my god, the original Ghostbusters headquarters. They wanted to buy it, but it was expensive, so they moved into a Chinese restaurant. Yeah, their HQ is a Chinese restaurant. They told them to find something cheap, Chinese restaurant. And we meet Kevin, played by Chris Hemsworth. You probably know him as Thor. You know, that handsome guy who played Thor. That handsome guy. Yeah, you girls know Chris Hemsworth. You know. So he gets the job as a receptionist. I prefer Annie Potts, who played. Yeah, I think Annie Potts is the most. Annie Potts as the receptionist is like bored and is like, yeah, whatever. While Kevin is handsome but stupid. Handsome but stupid. Handsome but stupid. Then Patty made a visit saying that she saw a ghost. They took him to the subway station where she saw the ghost and come across a graffiti artist who told him if he's seen a ghost here, and he said yes. Told him to describe the ghost. Graffiti's a ghost, but Patty said no, don't do it. Get away, get out of here. And he's trying to fix it, like, you know what, I'll fix it. No ghost allowed, which is apparently how I first saw the logo. And you know what showed up? This is what showed up. And Holtzman took a picture of it. So they go to the subway station and place and they saw the ghost. They use a proton pack prototype and a proton prototype. Noticing that it doesn't have that much power, and the train ran him over. So and then they also recorded it and posted on YouTube And people think that it was faked. And it was fake. Fake as the Amityville Horror. And you also get a visit from Dr. Martin Heiss, played by the one and only Bill Murray, who played Dr. Peter Venkman in the first Ghostbusters and the second. The only thing I was happy about, seeing the original cast. They thought they were faked. They even paid them a visit later on, but I'll get right through that. So their first customers, which is a theater, which is holding out a rock concert or metal concert. There is like this demon dragon like ghost. Oh, they apparently got it during their concert. You also get an appearance by none other than Black Sabbath singer. Yeah, you probably know who he is. Ozzy Osbourne. And then, oh yeah, Patty gave them a hearse for. They gave them a hearse from his uncle, played by Ernie Hudson, who played Winston Zedmore in the first and second Ghostbusters. The one who, kind of like Patty, she, I'm charging. Sorry, I just had to do something. And I was trying to charge my laptop, and going on low battery, but anyhow. So anyhow, they get a visit from Martin Heiss, played by Bill Murray, and thought they'd pretend they caught the ghost until they took their ghost trap. Not like this, like a ghost trap. And they released it and took Martin Heiss, and they paid a visit from, and they let them visit the mayor and try to prove to them they're frauds. Oh no, they're trying to know that they're turning into frauds. And yeah, and so they later go to a hotel, and they notice a connection that leads them to a hotel where a manager has been keeping all this equipment and souls, and they shut it down, and the Ghostbusters were arrested. For they thought they're for a publicity stunt. A publicity stunt. Okay. Meanwhile, when Aaron found the janitor's copy of Ghost from Our Past, It turns out he's doing this because he's seen ghosts and nobody believed him. And he's tried to take over New York just because nobody believed him. I believed in ghosts. I'm not getting revenge. So they notice a bunch of sketches and also his suicide and him being a gigantic himself taking over New York. Aaron's tried to warn them. Meanwhile, Abby was possessed by the ghost of the janitor. And so is Kevin. And later on, he's not. So, everything broke loose. Ghosts everywhere in New York. We meet a cab driver. And also, Kristen Wiig's tried to get a cab drive by none other than Dan Aykroyd. Yeah, played by Dan Aykroyd, who played Ray Stantz in Ghostbusters 1 and 2. He's also in my third favorite movie, The Blues Brothers, playing Elwood, along with the late John Belushi. Back to the movie. So, they try to go back to the hotel, and they then come across with a hot dog stand with a CGI Slimer. Yeah, Slimer. Him. He wasn't even called Slimer in the first film. They only named him Slimer for the real Ghostbusters cartoon. And they took the Ecto-1 and you go to the hotel, noticing that there's a portal releasing Ghost. There is a bunch of ghost balloons. More like... Oh yeah, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man's in the movie. Which is... Stay Puft Marshmallow Man? Only as a Thanksgiving Day parade style balloon. And... terrible at both CG and a balloon. And there's an action scene with CG Ghost, not impressed. Just basically every action scene. And when they got into the hotel, just like when and just like in the scene where Gozer asks if they think something in their head, it'll release it as a giant monster. They thought of that. All they think of is this ghost wearing a red bow tie. Well, the no allowed sign turned into a bow tie, and turned into a giant CG King Kong Godzilla monster. So they tried to close the portal by... They saw the Ecto-1 along with Ghost on there. Even Slimer having a girlfriend. A female Slimer. Not only that, there's an all-women reboot. It's literally the all Ghostbusters reboot. With all-women Ghostbusters and an all-women Slimer. So they saw the Ecto-1 and they... In Holtzman, they thought if they could shoot at a nuclear canisters that are in the Ecto-1, it will go through the portal only to put the ghost back in. They did that only for, and they tried to shoot the Ghostbusters logo, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man like Ghost, only to catch Abby and put her down to the portal until Aaron grips on, goes to the portal, catch Dab, get Abby, only to get zapped to make their hair old women white. And the world and New York is saved. And the Ghostbusters are no longer frauds. And well, actually it turned out Kevin went down to the basement, shut everything off, only to get the ghost back in there, only to go to a deli shop and get a sandwich. Really? Really? Really, Sony? Really, Paul Feig? Okay. Overall, the film ends with the song Ghostbusters, but this time being played by Walk the Moon, who's known for Shut Up and Dance. Shut up and dance with me. This woman's my destiny. And there's also some mid-credit scenes. You know, the scenes are like directed by, written by, produced by. Yeah, each time they show a specific clip. They let them own the original firehouse. Yeah, they moved into the firehouse that was expensive. They say they... Yeah. And we also get a cameo by Sigourney Weaver, who played Dana in the first and second Ghostbusters movie. And the last one being the last mid-credit scene is when Patty asks him, yo, you should... Actually, it's from the same scene, and asks him to go up the roof, only to see New York with a bunch of signs saying, "We love Ghostbusters." Oh yeah, there's an after credit scene with, I don't know, Patty listening through that same recording where they heard that fart noise, and they say they heard something. I don't get it. And the film ends, and that's the whole movie. And what are my thoughts? It is terrible. Thanks a lot, Sony and Paul Feig. You just ruined my second favorite movie. With bad jokes, bad effects, bad character development, and bad everything. Well, the only thing I like is the original cast, all making cameos. Yeah, we got Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Ernie Hudson, Annie Potts, Sigourney Weaver, all making cameos. Oh yeah, Annie Potts, who played the receptionist in part 1 and 2. She plays the receptionist at the hotel. Well, even though I hate it, they better not make a Ghostbusters 2. I heard there's going to be an animated one. Hope it's better be original and not remake-ish. And that's all the time that I have. Thanks for watching. And I hope. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you share this video with a friend or someone you know who love movies. Always love your movies and always love your games. Video games. Peace.